In today's news, Honorable Melvin Mitch Turnbull opposes same-sex marriage. He says, and I quote, "I will stand on the biblical principles." Coach Cass has been honored by the BVI Football Association. BVI women's softball national team ready ahead of regional tournament, and community centers across the BVI have officially been handed over. We have the details of this and so much more when 284 News returns.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I got here. My name is Kamal Haynes. Most of you know me from 284 News, but now you get to see me in a different light on my very own show called Health is Wealth. We have Joel Turnbull.
I don't want you to arch your back when you're pulling down.
Milton McLean.
First of all, right, your footwork.
Stephen Payne.
That was a 9 out of 10. I know you got the service down pat.
Steve Augustine.
You did a pretty hard workout today, so perhaps...
And as you can see, it's actually
you're feeling it.
Alonzo Boynes.
Taekwondo.
Adam Burrows.
I'll speak as if you're an absolute beginner.
I am an absolute beginner.
You are an absolute beginner.
And Seth Graham.
It bites.
It will bite.
Get your water, get your fruits and veggies, and experience a wealth of knowledge about getting healthy.
Welcome everyone. It is a Monday, February 27th, 2023. I'm Ron Grant and you're watching 284 News out of Tortola in the Virgin Islands, bringing you the latest out of the territory as well as beyond. Thank you so much for joining us and a happy Monday to each and every one of you. Beginning our newscast, the identity of the male shot dead in the vicinity of the Botanic Station in Road Town on February 12th, 2023 has finally been identified as 23-year-old Vincentian national Jakeem Christopher. This confirmation came from the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force today, Monday, February 27, 2023. Now, according to the police, Christopher was visiting the BVI when he was shot and killed in the wee hours of that Sunday morning. He was positively identified by family members residing on Tortola. Charged with the death of Christopher is 37-year-old Hassani Fred of Greenland, Tortola. Fred faces the charges of murder, inflicting grievous bodily harm, and possession of a firearm with intent to endanger life. He appeared before the magistrate's court and was remanded to the HM prison for his later appearance, the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force stated in an official comment. Now, the police are asking the public's assistance in identifying other assailants involved in the incident. Persons can contact Crime Stoppers tip line number at 800-8477 or 1284 800-8477. Alternatively, persons can call the 368-9345 hotline. The Royal Virgin Islands Police Force continues to say that all information will be kept within the strictest of confidence. As it pertains to same-sex marriage and abortion, 2nd District Representative, the Honorable Melvin Mitch Turnbull, stated clearly his definitive stance on December 19, 2022. It was announced by Premier and Minister of Finance, Dr. the Honorable Natalia D. Wheatley, that it was the position of the Cabinet that a referendum on same-sex marriage take place in the Virgin Islands, providing residents the opportunity to share their views on the matter in order for a decision to be made. Now, that referendum has not yet taken place. However, at a recent press conference held by the Progressive Virgin Islands movement on Friday, February 24th, 2023, candidates were questioned on their stance on the same-sex marriage and abortion. Deputy Chairman of the movement, the Honorable Melvin Mitch Turnbull, an ordained minister at the King Garden Bay Baptist Church and 2nd District Representative, definitively stated his take on the matter.
My position on same-sex marriage, and it came up more than one time, I will stand on the biblical principles for which I was raised and for which I believe in, that marriage is between and should be between a man and a woman. That is my position on same-sex marriage. As it relates to abortion, that is a little bit more deep in terms of the question, and because of the circumstances surrounding abortion. We had an opportunity last night to meet with some young persons that went into deep conversations about sexual abuse and domestic violence. So that is something that I believe it would cause me to not just have a simplistic approach to whether I agree with it or don't agree with it, because the circumstances that we live in, especially throughout the world and throughout this community, after the storms of 2017 and again during the COVID time, persons have been going through some very difficult times and being molested and sexually abused and have become pregnant. So can I tell you that I believe that you should not have an abortion when you were raped by somebody who is 40 or 50 years older than you, or you were forced to live with in a situation because your mom or dad couldn't afford a situation, or if you're just being loose and lascivious with your body that you can't have. I can't make that determination given all that pertains. So the first one I am very clear on. With the abortion, it leads and lends for more discussion and conversation.
Chairman of the movement, Ronnie W. Skelton, an at-large candidate, shared his take as well on the matter.
I am of the view that same-sex marriages is a subject to be interpreted by those who are more competent to do so, like the courts in the church. There is a bit of confusion that I myself is not clear about. So until that happens, now that you asked me the question in a public forum, I will try to make sure that I look at it in a more objective way.
When the matter was addressed, at-large representative and Junior Minister for Trade and Economic Development, Shireen Flax-Charles, the Honorable Shireen Flax-Charles that is, also shared her sentiments.
Abortion and same-sex marriages are very ticklish issues. We have the pros and the cons. And I would go out on a limb to say that perhaps in the case of same-sex marriage, a referendum needs to happen. These people are human beings as well. And we have to understand that while you may believe something should be a certain way, we have to respect the beliefs of others. And so let us as a community, a Virgin Islands community, decide the way to go. As it relates to abortion, I believe it's not legal here in the BVI. But I do believe that in cases where the mother's life is in danger, in the case of rape that now becomes a pregnancy, these are things that we all need to look at. You cannot really, let's say, come to a hard and fast. Some people might, but there are other issues that need to be brought into the picture, because each individual situation, I believe, is different. And so those are discussions that we really need to have with the general public in order to chart the way forward.
Now, it is expected that the question will be posed, as well as other questions to candidates, including parimutuel betting and the legalization and decriminalization of marijuana to candidates contesting the 2022 general elections. The BVI Football Association Women's Committee has honored Cassandra Coach Cass Gregg for her 30 years of unwavering commitment and dedication to the empowering and development of football in the British Virgin Islands. Now, Coach Cass was taken by surprise when she was presented with a banner and plaque honoring her work during the Women's Football Festival on Saturday, February 25th. Our team was on the ground and captured those moments.
What if we start by honoring her today instead of next week? Huh? Cass, come here, man. Come. Today, we want to unveil this little banner in recognition of Coach Cass. We wanted all the girls there. Additionally, this is just a miniature version. What is actually going to happen, we are going to have a billboard in town unveiled on Monday for Coach Cass. We want to give Coach Cass this plaque. Don't cry, Coach Cass. Please.
Award of Appreciation presented to Cassandra Coach Cass Gregg by the BVI Football Association Women's Committee on this 25th day of February 2023 for your 30 years of unwavering commitment and dedication to empowering and developing football in the BVI. Congratulations.
After the presentation, she told our team that she was taken by total surprise and is grateful to be recognized by her peers.
At first, I was like a bit nervous, because I didn't really know what to expect, and I know those sneaky executive, not the executive, the women executive body, those sneaky, they were planning something, because the first one to reveal my boat, it was Mrs. Mohammed. I'm gonna call your name, and I wasn't. I really don't like people know about my boat, but today, after it's soaking, it just lifted my spirit. Well, this morning, actually, my spirit was really down, especially when I saw the weather, knowing that I was expecting at least 75 ladies out here today. But because of the weather, they hold it down a bit. But today, it turned out to be a great day for me. And I do appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. I've never been in that tense situation before today.
On the heels of this milestone, Coach Cass says she is eyeing great things for the women's football, including seeing through her growing team in regional tournaments by next year.
I'm looking at every CFU CONCACAF tournament by next year. If they're having a U15, by next year, I'm pretty much sure I can get these girls to that CFU tournament, if they have one in Santo Domingo next year, because they normally do, like every 2 years they have someone, but hopefully that's the first one I'm looking forward to. But I'm looking for like little competition, between like probably St. Thomas, probably Anguilla, the close by countries, just to give them, a boost before they can enter any big tournament. Today, they are pilots, men, women. They are builders, men, women. So in every sport, there are men and women, and I'm gonna prove to them that these girls, once they continue, their level is gonna be right up there, and we're gonna reach places where the men have never been before.
Additionally, Coach Cass says she does not believe that the women's team will be limited at all in what is stereotyped as a male-dominated sport. As women continue, she says, to excel across the board, even surpassing their male counterparts. Viewers, up next, we have more local news. We'll be right back.
Is that my lunch? Is that my lunch?
We're like the coworker that doesn't eat your lunch.
I'm John. I'm John.
CG Insurance. Good like that.
There are many ways to enjoy life. Like so many ways to count on Popular.
Father Jesus, that line here long like church service.
Alright, do enjoy the rest of the day. Next customer line, please. Wait, hold on a second.
Yes, Sonny boy, come, yes,
Good
son.
morning.
Good morning, Sonny boy. Hold on there. You must have cut front of people.
It's okay, I'll take care of it.
What? No man to take care of me.
How may I assist you?
Yes.
You want top of power?
You want top of power?
Join the prepaid party with CCT and enjoy more affordable data plans, more top-up promotions, more savings with hero bundles, and more value for your money each and every Tuesday with Top Up Turn Up Tuesday. Visit a CCT store today or anywhere CCT Top Up is sold and top up your phone.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You want top up power?
Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for sticking with us. The British Virgin Islands women's national team is all set to compete in the 2023 Eastern Caribbean Amateur Softball Confederation Championships in St. John, USVI over the next few days. Our Kamal Haynes has this report.
And today I'm at the E. Walwyn Bruley Ballpark here to bring you a very special featured interview with the women's softball national team that will be taking a trip to the United States Virgin Islands, the island of St. John, from March 1st to 5th to compete in the Eastern Caribbean Softball Amateur Confederation Championship. I'm here with the Honorable Neville Sheep-Smith. He is the manager and coach of the women's team that will be taking a trip to St. John from March 1st to 5th. Welcome, Honorable Smith.
Thank you.
You know, as we can see in the backdrop here, the girls are getting ready, prepared, final works ahead of the major tournament coming up. What is your take from the perspective as coach?
Well, I'm expecting a lot from them. I'm seeing a lot of improvement. I think I'm going to win. I really feel that we're going to win, to be honest with you. The team has put in the work, and it's just for them to go there and execute.
And as they say, the goal is to win. The aim, obviously, is to come out with a trophy so you can advance to Santo Domingo as well. Speak about that and the importance of this particular tournament.
Well, this tournament is a qualifier. We have to come first to be qualified to go to Santo Domingo. If we don't come, there's no second, third, fourth. First, and that's it. So that's why we have to go down and try to win as we go. You can't think about second and third. It's about winning. The aim is about winning. I already told the team it's all about winning right now. So let's go to play our best, leave it on the field.
Tell me some of the works you would have seen so far that gives you that confidence that the girls will go down there and win this tournament.
Well, the pitching is very strong. That's why I'm saying that as well. And always, one of our biggest problems is always pitching. And how about three to four of the girls who are pitching the ball very well, stiff and nice. I mean, all of them are pitching it. And the batting is good. I can see them, to this self, I'm going to pitch against them to see what they could do. We went through a lot of drills. I must say what we first try to do with the team is condition the team. And I think the team is very well conditioned now. The feeling is good, the batting is good. That's why I say confident this time that we could win. When we went St. Croix the last time, the team played well. And now they even improved better than that. I know the competition may be stiffer, but once you have a mindset that you could win and you go to win, I see no reason why we shouldn't win.
I'll start with Ms. Foy, who obviously is the veteran of the two players here today. Speak about the training experience so far and your expectations ahead of the tournament.
In relation to the training, it's been going well for the most part. I've played with most of the players before, so chemistry hasn't been a problem per se. Of course, some days we have our little frustrations, but I'm still optimistic for the tournament.
Probably as you did represent the national team on more than one occasion, speak about your expectations.
I expect it to be very challenging, but I like a challenge, so I have no problem with that.
This is your first time representing the national team. How does it feel to firstly be selected for the national team? And speak a little bit about what you do in terms of your position.
It feels very excellent to be selected because I am a rookie still, so I'm happy. But for my position, I play the whole outfield.
True, playing with her it's been fun because she listens and she's always open to critiques. And to be honest, although I've been playing longer than her, she still does a few things better than me. So age really isn't a determining factor, sorry. You know, it's about your discipline and your determination actually.
And I was speaking with the coaches, especially Honorable Smith. What he did say is that the aim is to win. He's 100% sure that this team will win. How do you feel about that projection? Does it put any additional pressure, you know, with the coach's expectation, obviously, to win the tournament?
Honestly, no, because I personally have high expectations for myself and the team. So I appreciate and I like having a coach that, you know, believes in us.
Firstly, I'll start with Mr. Robinson. Just speak about your involvement as it relates to your young gentleman. You know, you're obviously have a lot of experience when it comes to softball. Speak about your involvement with training the national team.
Well, it just came out after I came back from the a tournament. Bria reached out to me and asked me to help, so I came out and helped. Yeah, that's been it. We've just been doing drills and getting the team prepared to go away.
And what's some of the speak about some of the strengths more so that you've been seeing from the girls so far?
Well, with the strengths right now, we're hitting pretty decent. The defense is solid, and the pitching is there. We've been letting them hit right side back, letting the ball get deep to hit outside pitches, and they've been doing awesome.
I want to turn your attention to Mr. Hodge now. I want the viewers now to get some insight as it relates to your involvement with training the girls too.
Well, honestly, it's just been me coming out here, putting in the work for me, individual talent, playing baseball, and then seeing the girls work afterwards. I just stayed around and then help up when I can, and then they reach out to me, ask me if I don't mind helping them. I said no problem. I want to see those sport grow and the BVI do good.
This is one of the strongest teams that we've fielded in a long time. I want you to speak about that as well from your perspective as it relates to coaching these girls.
Well, I've been around the sport a long time. I never actually coached a women team to travel to represent the BVI, but we have a lot of good talent around here, and I feel that the team is ready and, as you said, strong enough to win this tournament.
BVI on 3. 1, 2, 3. BVI!
We here at 284 Media wish the BVI's women national team the very best as they head over to St. John to compete. And of course, viewers, we will be keeping you updated with live footage of those events. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break.
Is someone going to get that?
Hello.
Hello.
So nice of you to have cleaned up for us. Hi, baby.
We're like in-laws that don't show up unannounced.
Don't worry. I've got this.
CG Insurance. Good like that.
Freeze. Choose your mix. Choose your flavor.
Hun, it's asking for your password.
Huh?
You were logged out. I need the password.
BR.
What's the rest?
BRANDI, the number 4, EVER?
Who's Brandy?
We're like the password that isn't your ex-girlfriend's name. CG Insurance. Good like that.
I should have changed it.
You should have.
You're right.
Is business slow? Cash flow down? Hosting an upcoming event? We can help. Advertise with 284 Media and take your business or event to the next level by enhancing your present marketing and messaging strategies. Allow our team of experts to create a personalized ad that sets your business apart from all the rest. This could be your business or event. So, what are you waiting for? Contact our marketing team at 284media at cctbvi.com. Advertising with us works. Welcome back, everyone. Between February 27th and February 28th, the government of the Virgin Islands intends to host 3 handing over and dedication ceremonies for community centers across the Virgin Islands, which have emerged from rehabilitation work. The first ceremony was held at the Valerie O. Thomas Community Center in Seacoast Bay, while the Catherine and Gertrude Warner Community Center in Purcell and the Emily Dunlop Community Center on Anegada announced for subsequent ceremonies. There, the Honorable Natalie D. Wheatley, Premier of the Virgin Islands, spoke on the development as new milestones in the Virgin Islands' journey of recovery.
Today we mark yet another milestone in our recovery from the devastating hurricanes of 2017 and our journey of development for sustainability and resilience. Today we have handing over ceremonies for 2 smart community centers. At present, we have the handing over of the Valerie O. Thomas Community Center here in Seacoast Bay. Later this morning, we have the handing over of the Gertrude and Christina Warner Community Center in Purcell Estate. Tomorrow, Tuesday, we journey to the beautiful island of Anegada for the handing over of the Emile Dunlop Community Center. And of course, persons would recall that in November 2021, we had the handing over of the West End Community Center. All of these facilities are equipped with smart features to make them energy efficient, as part of the Government of the Virgin Islands' commitment to sustainable development and environmental conservation. They are also equipped with resources that will be used as emergency shelters. Community centers have long been an essential and intrinsic part of the Virgin Islands. They are places where many of our golden citizens, our golden gems, as Honorable Malone always says, meet for their cultural activities and to socialize. They are the venues where community meetings happen and where nonprofit organizations come together to support different community members. They are the venues where birthday parties, wedding receptions, and other social gatherings take place. Most importantly, and as already implied, community centers throughout the Virgin Islands also serve as emergency shelters during natural disasters. During the 2017 hurricanes, several community centers were significantly impacted. We have been working as a government and together with our partners to restore our community centers with upgrades where possible.
Representative for the 3rd District, the Honorable Julian Fraser, also shared in expressing gratitude to the partners who contributed to the undertaking of the necessary works at the Valerie O. Thomas Community Center. Now, Fraser stressed the importance of having such facilities available to community members.
These community centers, PAHO and the EU, who may not know, are probably the only public structures in communities to which people has unlimited access. So they mean a lot to the communities. This community center is comfortably over 40 years old, and this section that I'm standing in is approaching 30. I remember in the early 90s when the government embarked upon a program of having the centers properly managed. Each community center had a managing committee. And it was out of that management committee that this community center got the name Valerie O. Thomas. Happy are we in the 3rd District that we are now at the point, yes, PS, yes. We are now at the point where we can say, thank you for the work that you have done. Thank you for finishing the building. Thank you for giving it to us. Before we had these fans, you would have been sweating and wiping the sweat from your faces and all over. But thank you, the fans are working. Everything is up to snuff. So I want to let you know that we are grateful. And while I'm here, and I'm sure the Premier would have done it, but if he forgot, I want him to, is it the person from, representative from the EU, they said they couldn't hear us, but someone will let them know that I said this, that while we are grateful for the $2 million you gave us, you can see we put it to good use.
Minister for Health and Social Development, the Honorable Marlon A. Penn, who also holds responsibility for community centers and shelters, shared similar sentiments on the importance of such facilities.
In the spirit of Ms. Valerie Thomas, who was a stalwart in the 3rd District, I trust that this building will continue to be a beacon of hope and carry a similar legacy of service to this community. I am reliably told that Ms. Thomas was actively involved in organizations and execution of various church and community events, and that she ran a library out of her home and taught crafts at schools. Ms. Thomas.
That's it for today's News Roundup. Be sure to follow us for your daily news updates at 284media.com, and of course like us on Facebook at 284media and 284BVI on Instagram and Twitter. I'm Ron Grant. Do have a happy Monday, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Have a beautiful rest of the evening. Goodbye.
There are many ways to enjoy life, like so many ways to count